and I really don't think everybody should be forced to do it, because it's not for everyone. Just because you're a football player, a great football player, doesn't mean you're going to be great in front of crowds and great in front of a large amount of people and a large audience. So I think he shouldn't have to do everything that he doesn't feel comfortable with. But myself, I'm fine with it. I enjoy it. I enjoy getting the message out that I want to get out, and I enjoy supporting my teammates. The great Marshawn Lynch. I think his game speaks for itself. It says enough for everybody to talk about for weeks and weeks. So, and I enjoy talking about Doug Baldwin, Earl Thomas, Cam Chancellor. So I think it's fun for me. Hey.
Some of us are learning about Competition Wednesday and Turnover Thursday is new because we don't regularly cover your team. But as you treat this as a normal week, what tells you from practice and your teammates' demeanor that you're on track for where you guys want to be at 6:25 Sunday night?
Well, I mean, the intensity of practice is the same as it's been. I'm sure today will be another intense day, going hard, guys going after it, and you don't see nervousness in guys' eyes. You don't see guys, acting any different than they would on any other day or any other week of the season. They're going out there and following the same routines they have all season long, and I mean, you just get the sense that guys are comfortable in the situation and comfortable in the moment, because you don't really think about the moment.
Richard, there's been a lot of talk about this being a legacy game for Peyton Manning. What about the legacy for this defense, which is statistically ranked among the best in the NFL history?
Well, I think we'll take it as a challenge. Obviously, we want to go out there and perform just like he wants to go out there and perform. And I think these are the two best teams in the NFL, and best quarterback in maybe NFL history, and it's going to be a tremendous challenge for both sides. And I think that's what makes the game so big. That's what makes the game so fun. It's going to be great for the fans, great for the NFL, because you do have the best teams and some of the best players in the world going after each other, and at the end of the day, somebody has to win, somebody has to lose.
But are you trying to say, are you trying to cement a legacy of this defense?
I mean, at all times, but it's not something you consciously think about going into a game like this. I mean, it's one of those things that after it's all said and done, once all the chips have fallen, then maybe we will think about, what this game meant to our legacy, or what it meant to his legacy, or, this, that, and the other. But I don't think going into the game is something that we consciously think about.
Richard, Pete mentions Seahawks 24/7 a lot. A lot of the guys on the team mention Seahawks 24/7. What is Seahawks 24/7, and how does that lead to the looseness and kind of the way you guys are handling yourself this week, despite the lack of Super Bowl experience?
Well, it's the same. Guys are accountable 24/7. Guys have to be accountable for their actions. Guys have to always, abide by the rules, which we only have 3. Take care of the team, no whining, no complaining, and be early. And once you abide by, those are the simplest rules, I guess, ever. But guys have really embraced it this year and really taken care of one another, made sure that we kept one another out of trouble and made good decisions all year long. And that's what it came out to. It came out in a meeting earlier in the season, with all the nonsense that was going on, and guys really made it a point to correct the mistakes that other guys have made and make sure they're accountable for their actions.
Hey Richard, Curtis Crabtree, KJR Radio in Seattle. You've talked about taking calculated risks before in hopes of baiting interceptions and so forth. With a guy like Manning who's so precise and accurate and skilled as he is, do you have to kind of temper some of those risks yourself in a game like this?
No. I mean, you as a defense, it's worked so far. So we're going to do what works. You don't change things up in the Super Bowl just because you're going against somebody different. He won't change things up. We won't change things up. It'll be a battle of wills, and somebody will come out on top. At the end of the day, we got to do what we did to get here.
Completely off the subject a bit. Do you think that the NFL and all pro leagues, for that matter, should remove marijuana as one of the drugs they test for, and the sanctions that people can have if they test positive for that in some of the sports?
It's not really one of the things I've thought about, but I don't know. I think it's fine. It's worked so far. It's been fine with everybody. Everybody's done well and abided by the rules for the most part, and I think. I haven't seen any players that really come out and been like, oh man, I'm tired of this rule or I'm tired of this. I'm sure, they, like as they said, they're looking into it, and and you know, I'm going to make a decision on it. But I think it's been fine so far, and it'll continue to be fine.
Can you simulate what Peyton Manning does in practice, and how do you guys avoid the trap of, you know, allowing him to use your physicality against you?
Well, I don't know if we play against Peyton, you know, on the edge, so I don't know if he can necessarily use our physicality against us, but you know, I'm sure his receivers will try to, and they'll have an opportunity to. But like I said before, we're going to use what worked to get here, and we're going to play the same brand of football that we've been playing, a physical brand. We're going to go out there and run and hit, and football at its simplest form. We're going to run around and we're going to hit people as hard as we can, you know, as many times as we can, and you know, we'll see how the game plays.
Richard, it seemed like not that long ago when you and Darrelle Revis were kind of going back and forth. Have you had any contact with him? And if so, what's that been like? And do you still feel that you are the best cover corner over Revis in football?
Well, yeah, we've had a few conversations, you know, and he's a great guy, and you know, we squashed all the nonsense, and you know, as a corner at the cornerback position, I think every one of them out there is going to say that they're the best, and that's the way you got to play the position. I'm sure, you know, every corner out there that's playing good football right now, the Joe Haydens, the Patrick Petersons, the Darrelle Revises, the Keith Talibs, the Alteron Burners, feels like they're the best corner in football. In order to play this game at the highest level, that's how you got to feel. That's the confidence you feel. Now, they may not go out and say it out loud and proclaim it like I do, but I'm 100% sure they feel that way. You know, they played some great football, and you know, they deserve to feel that way as well. So, I mean, like I said, you know, I'm going to feel the way I am, and they're going to feel the way they are, and that's just good corners playing football.
Was he kicked off?
Huh?
Was he kicked off?
No, not at all. I mean, I think one of those things, just like all the other things, is a lot of media fabrication more than anything. You know, people make it more of a big deal than it really is. You know, guys have conversations off the field and are good friends, and people would be surprised and think they're really mortal enemies, and you know, it's really not like that. Thank you.